next play investors. What's the next play? Flight Investors. What's the next play?
all right. Sorry about that. We were having some technical difficulty kind of getting everything together. Welcome to Next Play Investors. Again, this is the Sunday show where we sit down and talk about all the great things with investing, be able to get into all the different things they talk about from stocks, cryptocurrency, and all. Definitely want to thank y'all for coming out and joining us. We host a show every Sunday from 7:30 to 9. If it's your first time coming, we get together as a group and we all sit down and talk about all the great things that are going on. So definitely tonight we got a pretty chill show. We're gonna get into some information and see what's going on, and just kind of make sure we do what we need to do. We got a new website coming soon, and we're gonna be doing a whole lot of new products over the year. We got helping as far as with business credit, being able to provide services and be able to point you in the right way for how to do manufactured spending. Just getting a lot of things together that we talk about, so we can start being able to give them to you as a product, as a service, and you be able to do it for yourself and not just really just listen to us talk about doing it. So we're gonna try to break it down and be able to offer it as a way to you to kind of do what you need to do to make sure you can get what we're trying to get to and learn from the same people and we talk about it. So definitely let's get over it. Let's talk to everybody else and see what's going on. See how we do. If, as you know, if this is your first time on the show, we usually join everybody online, and everybody actually get a chance to come in and actually talk. So let's get over and see what's going on with everybody else, and go from there.
Traditional wings and things.
What's going on,
The
y'all? What's
fingers
going
being
on, y'all?
spicy.
How
The
y'all
wings
doing?
being spicy.
How y'all doing? What's going on with everybody? Oh, what's she out at the
Yeah, crystals.
she at Crystals? What's going on, Stacy? What's going
I don't
on?
eat at. I don't eat at crystals.
What's
Well,
going
you
on,
sound like
Nicole?
you where you at?
Zaxby's. She at
Zaxby's.
Zaxby's.
Oh, that's crystals. That's that high price
Listen,
crystals.
I just had food poisoning last week. I shouldn't even be eating now. I try to talk to myself, but I didn't feel like cooking.
Yeah, I see. Uh-huh. Like I said, everybody else in the gym, trying to get fit. Where are you? Zaxby's. Give
What
me
did you
extra
eat?
Zaxby's sauce.
What did you eat for lunch or dinner today, sir?
Ate a salad actually.
Oh, but that's nice and healthy. But
Yeah.
I'm getting a traditional wing set, which is not healthy.
And then I ate Greek. What is it? Yesterday. Mediterranean.
Well, I am going to get myself together for May.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
I thought they said summer bodies are made in the winter. So
They are, but I was not
on?
trying to make. I wasn't trying to make no summer body this winter. I was doing other things. I was not
Oh,
doing all
okay.
that.
Oh, you gonna make a summer body in the summer? Or you just gonna
Yeah,
have
it's
or you
in
gonna
the
have some body?
springtime.
You know what though? Like the craziest part about it is, like right now, it's actually possible. You know what I mean?
It is. Thank you, Franco.
you can buy anything these days.
Oh God, dog. Ooh.
Hey, these folks out here buying the whole thing. You get a whole.
Not Nicole. Nicole going right on over to Planet Fitness.
Well, I
And
mean,
buy Planet Fitness.
No, I've been paying Planet Fitness for 6 months. I said, well, it's probably time for me to go. I paid.
Planet
They take
Fitness
that money
where?
out faithfully
Lord help her.
in Ellenwood.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lord help her.
Okay.
So you say you haven't been? You haven't used your membership?
No, don't. First of all, it's Sunday, and I don't want to be judged by anybody on the call. I've had
But that's a judge-free zone. This is a judge-free zone.
It is. Stacy. Normally, that's why I miss you when you're not around, because you keep it real. I'm not saying they don't keep it real, but you're not gonna judge me. I don't. 6 months. I don't have the membership for 6 months. I look at it. What did you say, Sam? Basically, I should have got a Basically, I should have got a salad instead of a wings and things meal. But I'm gonna get a wings and things meal.
You asked me what did I eat. I told you.
Yeah, you probably was thinking in your mind like she knows she need to get a salad.
Man, you just convicted yourself, and ain't nobody said nothing. She don't put herself.
That's what I'm saying.
And gave herself judgment in the whole time. She don't gave herself 20 years.
20 years.
You know what? Listen,
no parole.
even Reggie encouraged me that day. Remember, Stacy, when some of the guys wasn't on
Oh
that
yeah,
day,
yeah.
and his
Reggie the
story
thing.
was just so powerful. And I was like, dang, I need to do the right thing
But
and
did
get
you?
back in the. I did not,
Oh,
and
okay.
you know, and that's the funny thing. I said, but it doesn't. Just wait. I'm gonna get back. You know, in the gym. You know, we just went through spring break, and I
What
wasn't
they got to do it? What they got to do with the
because
gym?
I wasn't. I'm gonna be honest.
The kids was on
What
spring break, not you.
I was on spring break.
How you gonna
I'm
be
an
on
educator,
spring
but
break?
one. I was on spring break. I deserve to be on break too. And so one of my bathing suits, y'all know I'm transparent. One of my bathing suits didn't fit right. So I was like, you know what? When you get back, Nicole, it's some things that you need to work on.
But you back. And so you at wings
I
again.
am, but
She gotta
I'm
get
not
that last wings and things.
I am. That's
Hey,
right.
listen.
That's
Hey,
right,
listen.
Sam.
She gonna gradually work her way into it.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
gonna
she
be
gonna get some more chickens and
Look at
fish.
Stacy. Stacy is just the perfect mentor. Just
That's
the
what I'm
perfect
saying.
mentor.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta start somewhere. She gonna
You
work her
do.
way into it.
So
That's
just don't
it.
eat.
I got it.
Just take 2 of them.
And just so happens,
Take 2
her
of them.
path, her working into it. It goes through Zaxby's.
And y'all know I went to brunch on yesterday, and then I was greedy at brunch, and I was just like, Nicole, but maybe it's a mind thing.
Wait a minute.
Yes, y'all know I like the brunch.
Wait a minute. Hold on. This is repetitive actions.
Oh man, no.
This is
Oh,
a
Lord.
dramatic ribbon of repetitive actions.
Oh Lord.
What
Oh
you say?
God, y'all. I'm drifting.
You don't
I'm
drift.
drifting on the. I'm drifting on. I gotta go talk to Jesus.
You don't drift all the way over into the ocean. You basically floating about. You about to get ate by the shark.
Ooh,
You looking
man.
plump, you looking plump and pretty out there in the middle of the ocean kicking.
All right.
Plump and pretty. At least I look pretty. So
Okay.
you know it. Who said okay?
I said,
Sam.
okay. All right.
Okay.
Look.
Let's start. Let's start the show, Franco.
Let's go ahead and get it started. And let's start off with some. Do we still do the success story?
Yeah,
You know?
We do.
Yeah, Nicole, go with your
We
success
do.
story today. You threw them chicken wings out the window.
Yeah,
Throw 'em out the window
Nicole,
right now.
you can start off with
It's
your
Sunday.
success story.
It's Sunday. You can throw them out the window right now, and you can repent.
Well, which one of y'all want to give me $12 if
I gotta tell you to go
if
through
I
that.
thought
Them niggas gonna come tell you. I didn't tell you to go through that. I don't think nobody else gonna give you $12.
oh Lord.
Jesus, when he had two fish and 5 loaves of bread, he didn't ask anybody for no money. It's Sunday. Throw 'em
He
out the
didn't.
window.
I don't know.
So, what's your success story for this week?
Well, you know what? I don't think I really had a success. What I will say is I was grateful that I was able to I told my mom to pack her bags and she come to this wedding with me in Acapulco and she didn't have to pay for anything. So it was just a blessing for me that at this point in my life that I'm in a position to be able to do that. And it was a point in my life when I wasn't in a position to do that. And so that was just a level of just gratefulness. And just to see a country that is considered, well, a city, not a country, the city is considered a level 4. And so when you get, a lot of people, when they were looking at my pictures on Instagram, Facebook, they was like, oh, we never been to Acapulco, because most people go to Cancun, Cozumel, other places, because, they don't, but back in the 80s and the 90s, Acapulco was the premier place to go. Yeah. But because of the crime, drug cartel, all those type of things, it's not. And it is a beautiful.
You brought some keys back?
Keys?
Yeah. Is that why you wearing your shades?
Y'all know sometimes I be green, so I don't even know. Y'all have to tell me offline what that means. But yeah, so just to go and just look at God's beauty you know, in a whole nother city, and to be able, you know, I always thank the group Next Play just for some of, like, you know, my financial decisions, and just being able to go somewhere and you're worry free. The whole trip is paid for, you pay for everything, and it just seemed like I was just able to ball out and not to have any concerns, and not to just ball out for me, but my mom didn't have to pay for anything. So, you know, shout out to Next Play and helping Nicole get her finances together.
Okay.
Congratulations, Nicole. Mama went over there and got drunk.
Mama don't drink.
Mama don't drink.
But I did get a couple. I did get a couple of margaritas.
Pina colada or something.
She just. I was over there, you know. Y'all know I stopped drinking, but
or something up there.
Well, I got over there and they was giving me they was giving me all kind of margaritas, and I was just like, I'll take another one, another one.
Yeah. Oh, but you just said
but I don't drink. Yeah. I don't, but I was on vacation, so it was different.
Yeah, it was different.
Wait a minute, you back in Zaxby? You rolled around and ate that one and came again? Cause it's like you back in Zaxby.
I love Zaxby's. That's my weakness in Chick-fil-A.
Oh, so you ain't got your food yet?
No, I'm still in line.
Oh, you can drive off. You ain't got to worry about it.
I'm next. I'm next.
Well, you can drive off. Just drive off. They ain't gonna do no spinning.
Just go straight through.
Yeah, don't even stop. That way hey, listen. Then you stop drifting.
So now I'm drifting because now I'm drifting because I came to Zaxby's. I bet one of y'all went to Zaxby's last week, or Chipotle, or McDonald's, or Burger King.
I ain't ate out all year.
Nope. I don't eat any of those.
Well, Franco, that's when I talk to Jesus, that's a lie, because you ate out with us in December.
Did you hear what I said?
This year, January.
Oh God, wrong year, Lord Jesus. Forgive me.
I ain't gonna say nothing. Okay, stay.
No, I'm gonna
for you. Because the clothes still in last year.
Y'all crazy. Success story this week. Trading went well. Uncovered another nugget in trading called the market makers. It's another level where when I say as far as the inside of trading goes. They have these guys called the market makers, and the market makers are people who basically construct the market. They put a buyer and a seller together, and they create bids. How you buy stock. They know a whole lot about them, so I was able to find some books and start studying on that. So it's a success story in progress, because that's going to create a lot of success in Next Play once we figure that out. Market makers. Look it up, check it out. New nugget.
Okay.
Shoot.
All right.
What you got, Sam? I go last.
Well, I was thinking you could go next, because I want to roll straight from there into like the news that I have.
Oh, okay.
So that way I can just keep rolling.
Yeah. So my success story this week is I worked my ass off. Oh man, man, I ain't gonna tell you that, man. This week, my success story is I made it. That's all I can tell you. I still stayed on task though. I still got up a couple of days. I ain't make my whole week of working out. I was working all week, and so it was on the go this week. So my success story is shit. I made it. Today, I'm sitting here and I'm like, ooh, yeah. All right, let's start over again next week. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna have a success story next week, man. But I got some stuff that I thought about doing this week. My success, because I thought about something. We'll put it in perspective after you talk about your after you talk about the news. I mean, because it makes a lot of sense now. So
okay,
that's my success story.
All right. Well,
Franco, can I add to your story? So when I go to when I go back to Lennox and I go to the MK store, I'm gonna go in there and be like, "Hey, my friend did this project in here with all these TVs, so it looked really nice. So kudos to you, and everything that's going on with your company."
Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. She even gave a praise Jesus sign up there. Thank you. What? Oh man. Hey man. Gotta love it. I love Next Play, man. Hey, my success story for this week, man. I just wanna thank the Father because I just been blessed, man. Business is going great. Employees working out and looking forward to the next coming weeks. You know, just God's blessed me in some ways that I can't share right now, but later on I will be able to share it with you guys. Because I was advised, to
Keep it quiet.
do it this way. But at any cost, yeah, that's my success story. Just looking forward to, the upcoming weeks and moving forward from there, man. And that's about it. Looking forward to the summer and vacations, man. Vacations. So that's it for my success story. I guess you could call that success. Hey, it's the summertime. Made it.
Yeah.
So far,
That's it. That's it.
Still staying on track for us a gym, and hey, and one thing I can say for our success story, it has made a difference. I have more energy. So it's doing what it's supposed to do, man. I feel better and I do have more energy, whatnot. So, and actually mentally, it actually gives you more confidence too when you feel a little better physically and everything too. It helps with your psyche a little bit too. So definitely was in a better place, a little more calmer on the highways, not losing, short tempered and stuff. When you work out, it it gives you energy, but it gets your mind working too. So, hey, it works. All right.
Well, Sam, thank you for that motivation. I appreciate it. I'll let you know how the my gym stuff go in the next 2 weeks.
All right.
Yep, I just left the gym myself, man. Did 2 hours. And been hitting the sauna pretty heavy too. Sauna has been doing wonders. 30, like a 30, 40 minute in the sauna.
Okay.
Yeah. I miss the sauna, man. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta get me a sauna. Or something, get one of them babies.
Yeah, you can see some real results. You see some real results with that sauna. And you can go in there, you can meditate. Sweats all the impurities in the body. I don't know how true that is, but you do sweat. So,
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Well, I have a cousin that I'm helping with his sauna in North Carolina. He ordered some windows through me and, helping him out a little bit with that. So hopefully he'll be finished up in like May, I think. So can't wait to see how that turn out. Hopefully it turn out pretty good.
I got one more success story. I got a real good buddy of mine who I work out at the gym, and he just turned 50. And he invited me to his birthday party at the Four Seasons downtown Atlanta. We rented the ballroom. Had over black tie affair. Had over 250 guests. Had a violinist, a band, a DJ, photographer, and it's a success for me because I got to witness and be a part of really of an event that was something I never experienced. It was something different, and for him to invite me, it felt really special. So let's give you a different outlook on what is possible. That's it. Go ahead, Sam.
That's huge, man. Okay, well, hey, for the news today, I know you guys haven't heard from Slam and Sam for a minute, but I'm back. Anyway, hey, man, one of the stories for the day is Robert Walton. Robert Walton has put in a bid to buy the Denver Broncos for $4 billion. So, and all the other offers were, all the other offers were like 2.5 or 2.6, but he offered them $4 billion, and they say pretty much it's a slam dunk for him. He's offering more than anybody else. He's qualified to buy it, so pretty much probably the Denver Broncos are going to be owned by Robert Walton shortly.
Is he a part of the Walmart team?
Is he? Yes, he's big time part of the Walmart family. That's where he gets his money from. All right.
I guess you could say he's using his money to buy assets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know they got.
Pretty much, he's not gonna lose with it. Definitely won't lose with it. He ain't gonna do nothing but make money. And
yeah, especially when the beer is like $8.
Yeah.
But it's really messed up though, because I'm gonna tell you, man, and I'm gonna tell you something about the play, right? And this ain't no show where we try to draw lines, but the crazy part is all the black people that tried to buy that team, he just beat them all the way out, just so they can't
exactly.
Just so they can't even make an offer, and they got a reason to shut us out again. That's the only sad part about it, man, because the guy Robert Robert Wilson, the one that paid all the stuff for Morehouse, he was trying to buy the Broncos. Like he had basically put together a team, and it's crazy because he was the one that offered the most on as far as black people. So it's crazy that this man finally just come around with $4 billion. You know what I mean? And buy the whole team, because that's the only messed up part about it, man. Like. Yeah, he gonna be. It's well known. I saw that. I saw that this weekend. I was like, damn, it messed up. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yes, sir. All right, moving right on along. My next story is today. Peter Thiel. I don't know if you guys know who Peter Thiel is, but he's the leading authoritarian, basically pumping up Bitcoin now these days. But Peter Thiel called basically Warren Buffett a sociopathical grandpa when it comes down to cryptocurrency, preferably the Bitcoin, because he's always trying to snuff it out. Basically, and this whole battle is really between the ages. Warren Buffett likes it the old way, making the money the old way. He doesn't necessarily agree with the cryptocurrency and all that. But I just found it interesting that these two aren't agreeing on this type topic when it's evidently clear that crypto and Bitcoin and all this stuff that goes with the blockchain, all that stuff is, I think, pretty much is here to stay. And for them to be dead set against, for Mr. Buffett to be dead set against it, it's like, I think it's just a case of where changing of the guards as far as a financial institution goes. It's just like sort of reluctant to do it, but it's inevitable. I mean, through history, financial institutions have changed hands. So the way they handle finance has changed, and this is no different, really. So I just found that interesting, man.
Not only him, but his partner Charlie Munger.
Yeah. But Charlie Munger is also his same age. It's the grandpas, So, and I wouldn't say grandpas, but I'm saying the older generation, they like it that way, versus the newer generation knows that the computers and all that stuff is like what's going on, what's going to happen. That's the forefront. But where we're moving towards.
I'm gonna be honest with you though.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this, man. I don't know if I ain't gonna say you. I'm not saying the news is good or not back good, but from what like from how I see this world, man, now they always come out with new products, and that's the stuff that they throw you off with. But them old products have always been tried and true, and they stay forever. It's all, you know what I'm saying. Like I'm pro cryptocurrency, but they ain't gonna them old heads. It's so many of them. It's gonna take so many generations. Like you said, they are looking at it from the point that this is where it's going. But man, them old heads ain't gonna like. If you think about it in the term of when we talk about reparation, them old heads ain't letting go of that old way. Like think about it, it's over 400-500 years, and them old folks still pretty much got their same way of doing things. And so when you look at the stock market and crypto, I think the crypto is just gonna be another thing inside of the stock market. I think
Hmm.
I think they're gonna basically eventually pull crypto and all this stuff into the same stock market. Just because big bank take look bank. No matter how big crypto get, the money is coming from the same people on the inside of the old system. All the banks are still part of the old system. So even if crypto get really big, the same players gonna still own it, and it's gonna be the same systems running the money. Like when Stacy talk about the market making, it ain't. I don't believe
Mm-hmm.
there's a new market makers. It's the same market makers because they know the system. You know what I mean? It may just be another generation of them, but I don't know, man. I was looking at, I saw that too, and I'm like, I don't know, cause I wonder about if the youngster is really overstepping his boundary and not, or just trying to make noise so he can become famous and rich.
Well, I think it's not the fact that he's trying to become famous. It's the fact that every time cryptocurrency or Bitcoin starts to try to rise, here come Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger saying something negative against it. And we all know that by them saying something negative against it or not being for it, it moves the market by them just speaking about it. So
But that's what I'm
the
saying.
minute I would put it like this. Imagine for once, Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett would say something positive as if, yeah, we're getting ready to look at it closely, or it becomes a little more intriguing now to us. It would go haywire straight up.
Yeah,
It wouldn't come back.
yeah, it
It's
would.
it.
It
They're
would.
holding it down. They're basically holding it down. If one of them, one of the two, I think, if one of them bought into it, it'll be over.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Just the only thing I look at Warren Buffett with now because I got a informed knowledge of how he don't made his money,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, shit, excuse me, why would I endorse something that's gonna make me money? That if I endorse this, I might lose money over here, and I'm making a ton of it. It ain't
Yeah. Yeah.
it ain't in their best interest to talk good about crypto when they making hand over fist every day with options, puts, calls, buying company. They having their way with the market.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I say I get it. I just think that the youngsters are trying to come in and make everybody believe that the market gonna be over, and I think both of them, all of it, gonna be one big market at one. Because I really believe that Buffett paying that dude to speak out so he can. Cause who gonna buy all the stuff? Buffett. Berkshire Hathaway gonna buy all the crypto if they don't already own it. I mean,
If you don't already own
if
it
they
in
don't
private.
already own it on the back channel, Berkshire Hathaway and BlackRock the only one got all the money in the world.
Seems like it.
Yeah, Berkshire Hathaway and BlackRock
Seems
the only
like
one got all the money in the world. I mean,
Man, they
Man.
controlling the market, man. Just think about Citibank. The banks are buying the Bitcoin.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's a game. It's all tied together.
yeah, it's all tied
We just
together.
been playing the wrong. We just been playing the wrong game. We are the retail traders, bro.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And we got to get on the other side of the fence, or the other side of the table. And then, unfortunately, we're gonna like retail traders one day because the retail traders are gonna be the ones that's gonna be paying us.
True.
It sounds crazy, but it's true.
But until that day,
Hey, fans, you gotta pick a side, brother.
Yes, sir. And right now, I'm with the retail traders.
I'm with them too. I'm with the retail traders too. I just don't want to stay.
But right now, no. We're not gonna stay there.
No, we don't want to stay there.
We're not gonna stay there.
Nah.
Okay.
Option chain. You start. They invite you to the dinner table. They let you sit at the table on the option. So you get a chance to see how the retail traders make you become your friend. So you get a little bit more knowledge. Ooh, it's crazy.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Like, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but the crazy part about it is the whole even the option chain, man, they set you up. They bait you in, set you up, and then they throw the net. Catch all us retail traders, take all our money and do it again.
Do it again. Yep. I can remember when the big whales used to gulp us up and chew us up, swallow, spit us back out. I was like, God, ow. They were eating us up. That was way back last year. Look how far we've come now. We know what's going on with it.
Yeah. So
day and night.
It's always a learning process, learning curve.
Yeah.
That's what I'm learning, man. When we think we know everything, we learn something.
Learn something new. Yeah. Yep.
And,
all right, man.
The good part about it is, we're making some money now. That's the good thing about it. It's not all in vain. So we support our families. And we have an exit strategy.
There you go. That's what it's about right there. And with those options, man, that's like another stream of income, really.
Yeah.
That's what it is to me.
Yeah, that's definitely another stream passive cash.
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, if you look at it like this, and you see it from the way we talked about it, you got staking and crypto that can make you money. You got options. You know what I'm saying? When you add them all together and use them in a combined effort, you know what I'm saying? You really be on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You really be on the other side of the table because now with staking, you want people to use Bitcoin. That's why I say it's all gonna be one. When you really, you know what I'm saying? That's why learning one side gonna help you with all of them because they all look alike. You know, except they just don't have staking in the regular stock market, but which they almost do with options. Because that's basically, when you look at options, it's the same thing it's a similar thing to staking. You put your money up, they pay you for having your money there. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
They pay you for having your money there. While it's there, you making money off of it because they using your money.
People using it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a similar thing to options. If you got 100 shares, you put your money out there for a covered call, people pay you for your, you know what I mean? They think they're gonna win your shares. If they don't, you keep the thing and keep doing it over and over again, and you basically putting your money up and for a return. It's just a little different. Where in crypto, you know what I mean? They giving you a percentage on the usage of your money. You know what I mean? It's a similar. All of it is similar trading. All the way around. Somebody got to be a market maker on crypto. Crypto finna go up by May, y'all. Quote me on that. You know what I mean? Crypto finna blow out the roof by May.
Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah, it's gonna blow out the roof by May.
But Bitcoin's went at 50,000, right? 50,000 on Bitcoin right now.
It's like 42 right now. It's been moving around.
Yeah, 42.
It went up. Then it went down. It got like the 48, and then it went back down. And then,
Yeah, it's down right now, like around 42, I think. So, but hey.
But Ethereum.
Y'all want to hear the next story?
Yeah, what's the next story?
Yeah, Ethereum stayed up. It didn't. Oh, my next story, man. I know you guys have heard this. Nicole, I know you probably heard about this. JetBlue and Frontier. Have you heard about this story? JetBlue and Frontier, they're in a bidding war to buy Spirit Airline.
That's interesting.
JetBlue offered Spirit $3.6 billion. Frontier, $2.9 billion. Now they're saying that if they can get this, either one of these airlines can manage to pull this off, that they will add to their fleet like 120 something what they call Airbuses, which are planes, which all these other airlines have planes on order. But if they get JetBlue, if they get Spirit, man, their stock's gonna jump out the roof. So just so you know, I'm not a financial advisor, but if I know you, I pay close attention to either JetBlue or Frontier, and I would try to just go ahead and leverage my way into one of them. Go ahead, Nicole.
Okay, I was trying to remove my hand too, and so I think that's interesting, you all, because if you think I've never flown any of those three carriers, but to just think about it, Spirit and Frontier, they both have terrible. The customer service reviews are horrible with both of those airlines. So in which JetBlue, I heard is a very good airline. I am considering to fly on that carrier at some point, but I think that's going to be an interesting merge if they merge those two airlines, and it may help Spirit and Frontier in the long run, because they do. I promise you all, when I had to fly Aeromexico, which Aeromexico is supposed to be like the Delta over here, and Aeromexico looked like the Spirit over here, like canceling all these flights. I was at the airport in Mexico City for 7 hours. They bumped me 3 times. I felt like I had a standby ticket.
You did.
I had a regular ticket, which was purchased by Delta. But they partner. Delta partners with Aeromexico. But I wanna.
Did you get a comp or anything for getting?
Well, the only comp they was going to give me was to put me in a hotel and then fly me back out the next morning at 8:55 on the first flight. But I was like, what about all the other people who missed their connects? It's something that they do, because we sat on the runway in San Antonio for 45 minutes. So it was like they couldn't even figure out why we went in the air. But it seems like they purposely do that, because I wasn't for sure if Aeromexico overbooked or did Delta overbook, because all of the people who flew with Delta, we were the people who were bumped. And if you had an Aeromexico ticket, then you got on your plane. But all the Delta people, we had to wait. I think we didn't get on the flight until 11:30 p.m. And I had stayed at that airport since 3:35 p.m. So I think that's going to be an interesting merge with Frontier and Spirit. I think it's probably a good opportunity for JetBlue.
Yeah, that's if they can get all the guidelines and stuff in. What I see is that now if they were able to purchase Spirit like that, just think Spirit would gain pilots.
Oh, absolutely.
Which there is a pilot shortage right now. They would have more planes and they would have more pilots. Their flights would be more time scheduled and everything. Everything would fit together for them, basically. And then that's going to cause that stock price to go up on either one, whichever one wins it. Or if they can get all the paperwork pushed through and everything, whatnot. Hey, you just have to wait and see.
And there's a lot of people who fly Spirit. It's a lot of people that I know who fly Spirit, because the rates are so reasonable. But sometimes I feel like with Spirit and Frontier, those airlines, you're gonna pay on the back end, because your luggage may cost $175 versus just getting on a Delta flight or United or American and paying a $30 the luggage fee. I think they
Yeah.
just, then they don't give you snacks and stuff. You have to pay for everything, but you're getting a ticket for what, $40, depending on where you're flying to, or $60.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
The wolves
But
gonna
all
get
right.
you. The wolves gonna get you no matter what. No matter where.
Hey, Franco, boy, I got this story especially for you, man. Check this out. Did you know Boeing is moving their data from their centers to where? Where you think they're moving theirs to?
Amazon.
All their data.
Amazon.
They're moving it from their own place. They're moving it somewhere else. They're moving out of their house, basically, over to somewhere else. They're trusting all their data with Google.
Oh wow.
Google Cloud, baby. Google Cloud. Boeing now.
Do you know they just opened up a Google data center out here by my house? Out in Covington. They just opened a data center out here.
But bro, this is Boeing. This ain't I'm like, God, dog, Boeing. And why would you move your data center and you own your data center just to pay somebody? Why is it? You think it's a financial move or security move or what?
It's gonna be more of a financial move because you got to understand, like, Google has to keep security of so much data now. Like, they already got the system.
Yeah.
Google, you ain't never really heard of Google itself getting hacked. You know what I mean? But you hear about companies getting hacked. You know what I mean? Because like that company I did last year, that big data center right here, is one right out by Six Flags. And that's really why they use, because all the data already going through these data centers, so most of the data centers are privatized anyway. Most of the companies were not using their own data centers. They're going to these privatized data centers and letting them manage all of their equipment. And like I told you, I put that camera up, what was it, last year? Out there it's out there in right in Lithia Spring. They gonna build 3 data centers over 2 football fields. Like it's gonna be 3 data centers stacked on top of each other, and they football fields on data center. Like, and so mostly all of that stuff is gonna be, that's the way of the world, because they basically saying, hey, I'd rather have somebody else do it. It's basically where everything going. Eventually everything will be in the cloud. It's just another way to round our stuff up.
All right. Well, hey, the last thing I got for you guys is cybersecurity company. Since we were talking about that, and I ended it with that. There's a cybersecurity company called CrowdStrike. You probably heard of them. Basically, their stock, the ticker is CRWD. They're at 221.
Stacey,
but
Cloudflare.
They're gonna.
You mean Cloudflare?
Huh?
You talking about Cloudflare?
No, CrowdStrike. Strike.
Oh, yeah. Me and Stacey were talking about Cloud.
Pull it up, you'll see it. Yeah. They're a cybersecurity company basically, and because of everything that's going on with the data centers and I guess crypto, this company has taken off, man. So just thought I'd throw that out there. That's all. Now, like I said, I'm not an advisor. Hey, please consult a professional. Hey, that's it for Slam and Sam. I'm out of here.
Yeah. You better consult a professional.
Say what? What you say?
Hey, sequester.
Sorry.
Hey man, I was thinking about something Martinez said last week, man, and it's crazy because I was thinking about it, and I said, in reality, and I'm gonna have to use the lady that we can use, but in reality, I was looking at Martinez and said you can build a house in the DR for about 40-50K. And I was thinking about that. I was like, you really don't even have to live in that house at all, and Airbnb will pay for that house by itself.
Yep.
And you can actually get a credit line for $40,000, $50,000 easier than to get one in the U.S. right now. And you can build a house that's made just for making money and be able to pay it just like you pay a car note, $400-$500 a month. And you basically you basically can take a regular credit and buy as many houses as you want in another country and stop thinking, and we stop thinking about just the U.S. You know, when you really look at it, it's like, why do we even have to just invest in here? Why do we have to invest our money just here? Because you don't really, when you think about it, people get cars for $40,000-$50,000.
Less than that, more than that.
Right.
My truck cost it used to cost $70,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
So
But not on that,
you could have bought 2 houses in the DR for $70,000.
Pretty much, yeah. And really, you don't have to really. I mean, you know, you can use that. You can purchase that on credit card. Really, you know how to do it.
That's my point.
And that not a business credit card,
A regular credit card. You can take a regular credit card, build a house, and that house will be paid off in less than 2 years. Because it's U.S. money versus over there money. In 2 years, me and Gamal was talking about it. If you think about it, $100 a night times 20 nights is $2,000 a month. You're gonna be making almost $24,000 a year on the house. In your second year, the house is paid off. In 5 years, you don't be on 10 extra money almost.
Yeah. And you still got the asset.
No taxes paid.
And you can leverage it too. You can go get a line of credit against it.
Get a line of credit against it.
And I was thinking about that all week, like, man, that's cheap.
Yeah.
Because of
you can sell it.
Because of globalization, where you got the world has no boundaries where you can do business. All you got to do, like Stacey said, get on the plane, go over there, and buy some land, and get a house if you know the people. And because the market in the U.S. right now is so messed up, but nobody is thinking about going and buying a house not to live in, but to buy them. They can buy that house to pay for a house, the expenses over here.
True. Yeah. True.
Everybody talking about, the first-time buyers need $20,000-$30,000 to buy a house. $20,000-$30,000 pay for you a house in another country. And you keep living like you living, and it really makes no sense. And then when the houses go down,
yeah, true.
I think we lost Frank. Oh, I thought we lost you.
Yeah.
Lost who?
No, I'm good. I was just looking at it. I was like, man, we really got to figure that out. Like, we really got to get Martinez to figure out who we got to talk to. Because, I mean, I'd rather buy houses in the DR and have a house to have on Airbnb and be able to, you know what I'm saying? You can buy more of them faster.
Yeah. Or maybe contact a real estate agent or a real estate broker.
Yeah.
That might be a little bit quicker.
Because everybody can afford to get a $40,000 loan if we use American money and then spend it in the DR. Everybody can. Because you get a $40,000 car.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean? And so when you look at it, okay, instead of getting that car for 2 years, shit, you ain't had no car. You ain't had that car now. You been riding around the car you been riding. I mean, that's just for the people that's thinking about it.
But really, when you look at it, when you really think about it, the times I know when I've been over there, I rent through Airbnb, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the people that actually own it, you know, when you renting it, their face will come up on there or whatnot, and they're never from there. They're never from there.
Yeah.
They're from another country somewhere else. And I'm willing to bet you most people are doing the exact same thing that Franco was talking about. they're using those homes over there to pay for their way of living somewhere else in another country. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what.
And then whenever they want to, they'll come there for a couple months, whatever, and then they just leave, go about their business back home where they're from, and let DR Homes pay for their home over in Britain, England, wherever they're from, or the UK. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like to me. Because when you do the math, them houses gonna make about what monthly? It's easy.
But see, what I'm saying is, and I'm trying to put another thought in deep on y'all mind. The fact that America has the greatest financial system ever, we don't have to have a whole lot of money, and we can go over there and buy. You don't even have to have a whole lot of nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and you can go over there and start building an empire.
Yeah,
You see what I
pretty
mean?
much.
And
Man, if you had $100,000, you could be, man, you could
but
wreak havoc
think
over
about it
there.
on this level. In
Yeah,
America, people can go get $100,000 loan easy.
yeah,
Especially you got a house, an asset.
Yeah.
People, the bank will give you a loan on a house with equity, no problem. You got decent credit. The
Yeah.
house has equity. They'll give you at least 75%
yeah,
of the loan. And if you got a good relationship with the bank,
yeah. 85.
you can put and they'll push it through.
Yeah.
I'm doing a refi right now on one of my rental properties that I've had for probably 15 years. And during the 15 years that I've had it, I rented it out for the entire time. House is paid for via the tenants, paying the rent, paying it off. And now the value of the house has went up 4 times. It's 4x from the time that I bought it, and I'm gonna be able to leverage it again. And whenever I leverage the property to pull the cash out, the tenants are gonna pay the rent again.
Yeah.
So
Pay it right on back off.
So let me ask you a question, Stacey.
All right.
How many years do you think it took for the tenant on just maybe this property? How many years do you think it was for the tenants to pay off the property out of the 15 years that you had it? Can you think?
Well,
is that fair?
it was probably about it's fair. It probably took about 10 years because I used a strategy where I pay down on the principal along with the interest at the same time. So I would just pay monthly payments.
So
I pay, I make split payments up and bi-weekly, where I may throw an additional payment on once a year, go straight toward the principal, and you can pay down the principal because that's what you're paying interest on, the principal. So the sooner you pay the principal down, the house will be paid for quicker. But if you got to pay principal and interest, it's going to take you to 30 years. You're going to end up spending, 3 times as much to pay the house off.
Yeah.
So if you get your principal down by making those principal payments, you'll be in a lot better position later on.
So, Stacey, let me ask you a quick question. So, with that particular property, are you paying like once a month, or are you paying twice a month?
Twice.
Okay, so you do the same
Twice
thing
a
that I
month.
do. It's moving it down. I started that about 5 years ago. So I pay on the 1st and the 15th. And so I did when I refinanced my car with Navy Federal, I did the same thing. So I pay my car note every 14 days. And when I tell you all that loan is moving, like
Right.
it's crazy how it's coming on off. Like paying BMW once a month. I was like, because BMW doesn't offer that. They won't allow you to pay like that.
Right. Yeah, some people, but the reason being because they want to get all their interest payments.
Mm-hmm.
So think about
And
this. If you bought a house in the DR and pay off, it'll pay itself off in almost 2 years. just using Airbnb.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the crazy part about it.
So where would you do your financing with? Would you finance in America and then
Oh yeah,
take it over there?
no.
Or-
You want to get the financing in America and spend the money over there.
okay. Because our driver was telling us in Acapulco, he was telling me and my mom, he was like, you all need to invest in property over here. And he's like, and he said, Nicole, you could just do an Airbnb. And I was telling him about our group. And he was like, yes. He was like, because it's not going to cost you a whole bunch of money to buy a property over here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you get the money in America, it doubles. You see what I mean? When you look at it, so it makes it where you, I ain't gonna say double. Let's say it, your money is gonna be much better if you got it over here because they don't have the same financial system.
Yeah, it goes further over there.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't have the same financial system over there. Like when they say America is the greatest in the world, nobody else in the world has America's financial system.
Yeah, you gotta understand, America dollar, what is it, used like 75% in the world right now?
Yeah.
By all countries, it's strong.
Yeah.
I mean, and when you look at, we can do it without that. Like you can go over there and literally buy 2 houses. You can't buy a house right now. It's crazy. Like
I mean, even over in the Dominican Republic, right now, I think the going rate over there is what, about $52 to $1 American dollar over there, pesos. So that's why your money goes further over there. Can you imagine what $40,000 or $50,000 can do over there, considering that? That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm saying, like, I was like, man, it's beneficial to just go over there and buy a house, buy all the properties that are there in another country, because you basically can build wealth faster by having multiple houses for the same amount of money, or bigger, or like that unit we stayed in. If you build one of them with American money, I mean, it's gonna pay for itself.
Now, so the unit you all stayed in when you all went over there, was that an Airbnb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The property that you all stayed in? Yeah. Because for me, I think that would be a smarter move, like you all are saying. If I'm gonna pull out any equity in my home and I decide, I got a lot of friends that's doing Airbnb in the States, but I was like, heck, you can make a lot of money in a whole nother country. And just get the right person over there to be able to manage your property or properties. So that is something I'm really considering after I had that long conversation with my driver when I was in Mexico. And I was like, I really need to think about that because I do have some serious equity in my home. But if I pull it out, I just want to make sure that I am being financially responsible.
And you can't go to Zaxby's.
That's what she on the way back to right now.
Yeah, I'm going to get my hair done.
8:00.
Don't say that. Don't say nothing.
Don't please y'all do not, because that's going to be a judgment zone, and I feel like I'm being judged.
It ain't no judgment zone. It's just 2 tears in a
I go back to work on Monday. I go back to work tomorrow. I can't go to.
The kids that went on they had spring break. They wasn't studying about no going back to work. Yeah, you said you was on spring break. You gotta go back with your half in salt water.
No, that's not how Miss Tubner rolls. So Miss Tubner is totally different from Nicole.
It's about the education of the kids, not your health.
I understand that. But when the stylist calls you at 8:15 and say, "Hey, let's go," you head on out.
I ain't got no hair, so I don't know. The stylist ain't got to call me the barber. I show up at the bar. He just do my face and we out. 15 minutes, bam.
How did I agree?
You put it out
So
there.
about purchasing homes, and
Well, now that she's out of the way.
Yeah, she's cut out of the way.
back
She's
season, I
gone.
said I'm not
Oh,
going.
But yeah, man, I was thinking about that, man, because I'm like, shoot, I really want to find. I really think that'd be a move for me, because I might move to the DR in a couple of years. My daughter go to school. Shit, I can go get me a couple houses down there, put my feet up and get
yeah.
me some mangoes, and shoot, I'd be good to go.
Hey, all jokes aside, man, I mean, it does make a good life.
It's a good life.
Oh yeah, definitely health wise. I mean, the sun, especially if somebody was suffering from arthritis and all, man, that warm climate, bro, it can't beat it. Plus the food and stuff, man. Please.
Yeah, I thought about it
Yeah.
myself. Like, shoot, I might go on over there and get Martinez. By the next year this time, I can get we don't put together all the documents and figure out how to do it. I can go on over there, either buy a house or build a house over in the area. Shoot, I buy me a little small house, it'd be a little 2 bedroom. It's still gonna
Yeah.
sell on Airbnb, and then I still got a place to go. Even if it only rent 15 days a month, I'm still, you know what I mean. I ain't got to pay for it because the mortgage ain't gonna be but $600 a month. If I can get 10 days a month out of the Airbnb every month,
It'll pay for
it'll
itself.
pay
Yeah.
for itself every month.
Yeah.
I make at least
Yeah.
$1,000 a month off the house just being there. That's at least 300. I mean, I'm saying $600, but that's at least if you had a real number, you ain't gonna pay that much on. You're not gonna pay that much on a loan for $600. Not, you know what I mean? I mean for $50,000, or if you just got $50,000, I mean the money gonna generate really fast. And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I might need to go get me 2 houses in the DR and just on 2 different sides of the area, and I'd be good for the rest of my life, because
What
one of them is gonna pay for the other.
True.
I think you all should consider Mexico as well, and think about those high places like Cancun that people visit very often.
They don't have mango.
Um,
They don't have mangoes in Mexico.
They
well,
have avocados.
I'm sorry. Well, you better get you some avocados,
Nah, mangoes taste
and
better.
oh, I love whatever works for you, but I think that would be a good move. What about looking into what about condos, looking into some units over there?
I mean, you got do your driver, he speak English?
Yes. I mean, and that was one thing that I wanted. I wanted a driver who could communicate with me, because the language barrier, it was hard. And now I feel bad that I didn't listen them 2 years at Georgia State in Spanish. I'm sorry, 3 years. I took 3 years of Spanish at Georgia State and 2 years of Spanish in high school. Huh?
What was you doing with all the education?
And you
My
still
first
didn't learn how
degree
to
is
speak Spanish.
I know, it's sad. I was over there frustrated because I didn't, even at the airport, when I went to Puerto Rico, years ago, it wasn't like that. A lot of stuff is Americanized because Puerto Rico is U.S. territory. So a lot of stuff is Americanized. So you don't have, you have people speaking Spanish, but you have more people speaking English. But in Mexico, over there in Acapulco, them jokers, I was like, I need some help. I stayed on Google Translate all day, and that made me think about my students, because I shared with you all that my school is 53% Hispanic, and you got 3 Black women running a school, and none of us we don't know how to speak Spanish. And so,
well, they be talking about y'all.
I know they do, because I said it's a language barrier, and for me to go to many of my students' country, and I understand their struggle when their parents don't understand me or understand the principal or understand the other assistant principal. That barrier was bad, and for me to get over there, and I was like, oh Lord, I'm struggling. I mean, I know the normal stuff is certain things that I can understand, but when you're speaking a full paragraph to me and I'm like, wait, slow down, can you repeat it? I don't understand. I was just like, Right. No Espanol. So, I like my driver, he was just like, you know, I just told him like that barrier was hard. Even at the airport at Mexico City, oh my God, they was speaking everything in Spanish, and they didn't have a translator to come back and speak in English.
Ain't America
You know, I
great?
just had to, huh?
Ain't America great?
I think that it allowed me to appreciate some of the stuff that I think sometimes we take for granted.
True.
But
True.
yeah, because I think we take a lot of stuff for, now if I would have been in Jamaica somewhere, Africa somewhere, I would have made it work. Like we gonna make it work. But when it's a whole different culture, and it took me a long time to get to Mexico, but I really wish that all that education that I got, that's why I try to tell my students all the time, don't be so focused about getting this A. Like I was so focused about making 100 or getting an A. I didn't want anything less than a B, that I observed all the work, when I had to, but now it's time to use that stuff, and I couldn't even use it. I mean, I'm embarrassed to tell somebody I have 5 years of training, but again, if you don't use something often, you may lose it. And then for me to be tell the internet what
that you got 5 years of Spanish and you can't know how blue.
And you don't even know what the word bathroom is.
no, I do Banyo, but it's like simple little stuff, yes. But then if someone is speaking a whole paragraph to you and it's like I'm like, but I'm confused, like, and it
can't speak Spanish, and I know, hold on.
No, and for real with my students, like if somebody getting in trouble and I gotta, either write them up and I'm sending them home, and it's one of my Hispanic students, I was like, look, when I'm putting your mama or your daddy on speaker, and I need you to tell them everything I'm telling you. Don't change nothing up.
Oh, they don't.
You tell them exactly.
They got screwed over so many times. That little boy said, "They was picking on me."
And so it just makes, so now I am gonna take some courses. Y'all know when I finish this other certificate I'm working on, I am gonna, probably, sign up at Clayton State or something and take some refresher courses to help me. Because I don't want to be in that situation again, to go to another country and don't know nothing. People could have been getting over on me.
So Nicole, do you think that the Spanish classes should have been included in your curriculum at all? Now looking back on it after all these years?
Well, it was. I mean, at Georgia State, I had to take 3 years of Spanish. But again, and now I can respect, I know we're on the internet, but I'm going to be real. I can respect my Spanish instructor at Georgia State, because she did not allow us to speak English in her class ever. But when you don't hung out all night, and you got an 8 o'clock Spanish class, and you don't hung out at the lamppost or Central Station, and you come in just, wasted.
You know all the hangout spot, but you ain't no spot.
Yes, yeah. So when I get into the classroom, I'm looking at her like, I'm not about to speak no Spanish. And the thing I would tell my instructor all the time is, I'm just doing this to get a degree. I'm not going to ever use this again.
Right. That's my question. Like, so should it have been, in other words, because this is real talk, should it have even been in the curriculum?
In other words,
I agree.
should you have wasted your money on that?
Because
I agree, Stacey and Sam. Right, because think about it. We make the children, so the students have to, so all of y'all. I know Franco went to school in Georgia, but with our curriculum in Georgia is you have to take 2 years of a foreign language. And so I started off in French, and the French teacher was real hard. So I was like, oh, I'm not going to do this. So Spanish was easier. So I went to do something easier. And I think that's what we just do in life. That sometimes you think the easier way is the best way. And so the same thing when I went to college, those 3 years of taking Spanish, I was like, oh, well, I took 2 years of Spanish in high school, so this is gonna be real easy. Going to finish out these little 3 years of Spanish in college. But it was always that thing is, I'm doing this because I'm trying to get a degree. I gotta take this because it's a requirement so I get my high school diploma. And so not thinking that was a little bit of ignorance that I have to use this. I may have to use this at some point. And then just how God did a whole 360. He put me as a leader at a school where my student population is 53% Hispanic. And I have, in my whole 18-year career, I've worked with African Americans, where we were the majority in my school, and to get into a school where we're the minority.
Evolution.
And I'm in a minority situation, and what's disheartening is I can't even understand their language. I want them to know my language, and we're making sure that they understand my language, but I have a struggle with their language.
You can say no keto Taco Bell.
I can't. I cannot. But I watch, you know how they, people talk about cultures, and how they'll say our culture cuts up. I watched and witnessed another culture act they acted so bad at the airport, they had to call the police. Like 5 of them came. And I was asking the guy who was helping me and my mom translate stuff. He was like, oh, they are cussing at he was like, they are acting a stone fool up in here. And it was interesting to watch another culture cut up like that.
You didn't think they cut up like that?
No, I'm not gonna say I didn't think. I'm not gonna say I don't think they do that. But when you don't understand, but when you don't understand what's going on.
People could. What you thought? Like they were special.
Special? I don't ever refer to anybody being special, sir.
They blame us as black people for being that way, but everybody in the world.
Absolutely. So that's what I was getting at without saying it. But absolutely, it's thank you, Mr. Harris. So I think that you need to watch other cultures show out, and you're able to look at people nonverbal cues. And I was like, these fools in here cutting up. But
that's the thing, man. But everybody acts the same. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Everybody acts the same. We just the only people that ain't in the game, and we don't sit at the table.
Yeah.
Well, I see Miss. She's already at her appointment, so.
She snatched the tracks out on the way in the door.
But stop.
So funny.
All right, man. So we don't talk about Spanish and everything else, man. What we got stock tips?
Stock tips. I got some stock tips for people who are out there looking. These aren't my stock tips. These are from a company we track called Well Wisdom. And the 5-day performance, the best performer was a company called WOW, WOW. Don't know anything. I don't know anything about them. It's called Wide Open West Incorporated. They're up 16%. And a company that fell in the past 5 days is a company called Affirm Holding. AFRM is the ticker, and it dropped 19%.
What do they do?
Do your own research. I don't know.
So WOW,
but they made.
WOW is basically like Comcast, and
okay.
And so they're the 6th largest cable operator in the United States. That's interesting. If they're headquartered in Inglewood.
Inglewood
in Colorado.
Okay.
And that's the biggest gainer.
Yeah. That's no. Yeah. Up 16%. Up 16% for the past 5 days. Another one. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. The trending managers. Top 3 trending managers. The first one is Berkshire Hathaway. People check them out. They're trending up 36%. The next one is Scion Assets. They're trending up 2.7%. And after that, we got BlackRock. They're trending up 13. Yeah,
BlackRock.
Hey, but I want to go back to WoW.
Trend.
I want to go back to WoW when you finish. Go ahead. No, I'm saying when you finish, I want to go back to WoW.
Go ahead.
I just broke in there just to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give you just 3 trending stocks. Twitter is up 376% in the last 5 days. Tesla is up 2.34%. And Genius Incorporated, AGN, they're up 46% in the last 5 days. And the trending trending inside of transactions. I don't know if you guys know, but Warren Buffett went back in the pot again on 4/6/2022. He bought a bunch of Hewlett Packard. Bought a bunch of HP stocks. A lot of y'all probably didn't know that, but he did. And another one that someone picked up is called Circuit Incorporated, picked up by Aberdale Capital. They bought like 9%. I'm sorry, 0.9%. And they bought it twice. They bought it on the 4th of April, and they went back in again and bought it on the 7th of April. So they must really have a good feeling about that stock because they went and bought it twice. Buffett also bought HP on the 6th. He bought it twice. He bought it twice in one day for Hewlett Packard. So you'll probably see Hewlett Packard start running. I know it came out last week, early last week, that he bought HPE, and we actually took a look at it, and it definitely looks like a good trade. However, on the option chart, they only trade once a month, and that's the thing about options. Some of them trade weekly, and some of them trade monthly. So it depends on your trading strategy, whether you want to do monthly or whether you want to do weekly trades. It didn't fit my strategy, so I passed on it. But HPE has been around for a long time, and it's been pretty steady. So those are my couple stock tips I got for you. No. Go ahead, Frank.
So that WoW company you talking about, they operate here in Georgia.
Okay.
They operate in Columbus, Augusta. That's interesting because I ain't never heard of them. They actually a pretty big company.
Hey, well,
are they affiliated with Windstream or something like that?
Nah, they completely different from Windstream. I'm wondering what. Yeah, they're completely different from Windstream. Like the crazy part about it is, I wonder why they offer $19 internet.
Oh, maybe that's why they're cheap prices, good service.
Yeah, they got good service, and that may be something because you got to think about it with everything in inflation. They could people want to buy their company because their company is expanding. It's from Colorado. They say they service over 3 million homes and businesses. That's interesting. It might be one that because they got a low revenue. They only made about 1.1 billion in 2020. I ain't really looked it all the way up, but it might be an up and coming company like Time Warner and Comcast. That might be something to really look out for.
Yeah. Could be, my boy. Could be. Definitely something you want to take a look at.
Yeah,
and see if
a budget services company. Yeah.
It could be something you want to take a look at, man. And see what you can make happen with something like that. As far as the market goes, the Dow Jones Industrial, it actually went down this week, 0.28%. 34,721, which is still not bad from where it came from because it was down in around 33.5. I remember seeing it around 33.5, so it's climbing back up slowly. But it took a dip this week because, we watching the stocks. We know what's going on. The S&P, it also went down this week and lost 1.27% to close at 4,488. And the NASDAQ, it also went down 3.59%. And it's currently closed at 14,327. But we just got to keep in mind, man, what goes up must come down. The market has to go up. It has to go down. It's part of it. And, the billionaires are made during the bear markets when it pulls back. The millionaires are made, the billionaires are made during the bear, yeah. And the millionaires are made during the bull. So when it pulls back, I need to be looking for deals, looking for opportunities.
You know it.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing because it's, I was reading some stuff this week, man, and they say even if housing prices fall 15%, they're still not going to lose as much money
as they did during the crash.
Well, they're still not going to lose as much money to make them affordable again. Because 15, some of these housing numbers are so outrageous.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
Go ahead, Stacey.
I was gonna say your salary don't keep up with the house prices.
No.
So if you was there,
So now if you doing the home buying process, don't they ask you to make 3 times what that payment of that house is, or is it 4 times?
Back in the day, I know it used to be 3 times, but things have changed.
All right. So just imagine if that house is $500,000, that's a good $2,500 note, $3,000 note. So you mean to tell me they're asking you to make monthly 3 times that?
Damn, that's some good point right there. That means now you got to make an average revenue of $9,000 a month just
to get into a house, just to qualify for it. So something's not right.
Yeah,
something's not equaling out.
That's crazy. I ain't even thought about it like that. You got to be like most people to get an average size house. Yeah, if that's still the same, you still gotta. Yeah, damn.
Financial. That sounds like financial segregation to me.
No, that's the wealth gap widening. Just like they said it would.
Because you got to understand now, they gave these, what you call them, the workers that work at like the little stores and the restaurants and all. Yeah, they gave them, okay, now you're making $17, $15 an hour. Supposedly, you're able to afford more now. But if the housing prices went up, you ain't affording more. You barely still staying in an apartment now. Because now the apartment is doggone $1,200, and you gotta make 3 times that. Come on,
right? But my little I didn't mean to cut anybody off, but my little cousin is in Buckhead and paying $2,200 for rent, and to me that's crazy.
But that's Buckhead.
And yeah, but I'm just saying down here in Riverdale, they have apartments going at $1,800 and $1,900, and I just think, to me that's crazy because I don't even pay that for a BMW and a mortgage, and and I'm just like, dag. I mean, you all are building these houses for $400,000. Yeah, you may give somebody a 2% or a 3% interest rate, but if that housing market flips again, those people are going to be SOL because that house is not, like I was telling one of my girlfriends, I was like, that house is not going to be worth that. I told her it's going to take you it's going to take you some time to get to the type of equity that I have. When I tell you all, investors call me every single day. It's different ones. They call every single day because the property next door to me is $400,000. The property across the street for me is about 425, and my neighbors across the street, they bought their house maybe 2 or 3 months prior to me, and I think their house was $47,000. And I told you all my house was 75, but I don't know when people will ever. That was just a blessing. I mean, I don't know if the economy will flip like that, where people will get those type of deals like that on homes. I just don't foresee it. I mean, because these people are out here paying $350 for a house that really is probably $150.
Well,
Yeah, but
we've
Corey,
already,
you got to think about it. But the value of the dollar when you bought was one way, and now it's decreased. So that same dollar
Right.
doesn't buy as much as it did when you bought your house back in the day. So
and
Right.
now you
Correct.
might have paid
Correct.
75. That 75 is probably worth 150 now.
yeah,
You
and
know?
we've already told you what goes up.
Yeah, it has to come down. Even like when they went in to rebuild my mom's house, my mom has a all brick home, and when she had the fire for 6 years ago, even when they, I know Sam, when you share about it, share with us about the cheap materials that they're using.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I can see the cheap materials that they put in my mom's home,
Mhm.
and my mom's home was built years ago, and it's just cheap materials that's in there. And they even went in, that doesn't look like the house I grew up in. They went in and made things so small, like her
Oh
rooms
yeah.
are so small compared to how the rooms were when my parents bought that house in 1992.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so just for me, yeah, you may call and tell me you're going to offer me $275,000 for my home, and I just go ahead and pay Carrington Mortgage $54,000. But where am I going to go? Where am I going to go and find the type of space that I have in my home? I'm just not to be able to get the floor plan that I want. I mean, I probably can get it, but I may have to pay about $700,000, which I can't afford that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
I think that, and I agree with you, Sam. Like that is some that's some foolery. But people are doing it because they don't have a choice. Like I think that people just don't have a choice. Some people don't, and so I would be like, I'll just stay in the apartment, and I don't have to worry about the headache of having a $3,000 mortgage, because people have to realize it's more than a mortgage. It's the upkeep on that property. Just like I'm gonna have to get a whole new furnace, and that's $10,000. So like I was listening to Jamal Bryant the other day, and he was
Good evening, everybody. I want to tell y'all thank y'all for being able to join us. My fault. I got both of them on. Thank y'all for being able to join us for Next Play Investors. Definitely want to thank Jordan. You get us to come out and join us every Sunday between 7:30 and 10, where we vibe and get to know and talk to each other about different plays and different things going on with financial literacy and things that we're trying to accomplish, and just share with each other. If you got ideas or anything, drop us a line at nextplayinvestors@gmail, and we can actually address to get some people to look into it and figure out if it's a play that we can actually go ahead and implement for ourselves, because we all trying to kind of do different things, grow to be able to enjoy the good life, go to the barn, whatever you hear us say in different phrases. That's what we're trying to do, and we're learning from each other and growing from each other. I want to again invite you out every Sunday between 7:30 and 9, and we enjoy our time and actually talk about all kinds of different things. So share it with your friends, talk to share it with somebody that may be interested, so they can come out and join. Again, until next week, thank you for coming out to Next Play Investors. Other than that, we're pretty much out. Y'all have a wonderful night. Enjoy your week. Be prosperous and positive. And all is well. Have a nice night.